Well, hi, it's Tina from Ghost Tracks Podcast. I am one of the hosts. I'm just popping in at the beginning of this episode to let you know that this particular episode was initially supposed to be two of our investigations in one episode, but there was so much that we had to talk about with I-PSI that we decided to divide the episode into two so that you guys wouldn't have to sit here for 2 hours and listen to us talk. So this episode will be out today. This is going to cover Indiana State Sanatorium's investigation with I-PSI, and I hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to Ghost Tracks Podcast. I'm your host, Tina.
And I'm Molly.
And we're back with I-PSI for another round of spooky tales.
Spooky tales from
the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. We are here for round 2 of our paranormal extravaganza that was September. And we're going to talk about our Indiana State Sanatorium and Billy Creek investigations, which happened back to back on the 24th and 25th.
That I attended.
That Jeremy was there for this time. He was there. We allowed him to be there that time.
I can vouch for that.
Yep.
He'll have more to say on this subject.
Yes. So Molly and I were both newbies to both of these locations. I've never been to either one of them. Actually, I don't think I'd ever even heard of Billy Creek until I met you guys. So,
well, I just moved up here, so I did not know of these places.
So she's definitely new. So I didn't really have a whole lot of expectation or knowledge of the facilities and the town until right before we went and we did our episode regarding
Both locations.
Yeah.
She's gonna dust me over here with your glitter. She went to go itch.
Sparkly dust.
Glitter comes flying.
Yeah.
In case some of you are wondering, it's right before Halloween, so who knows when you're going to be watching this?
Hopefully soon. Probably not this week because I won't be here to edit.
I'm not in costume anymore.
No, she gave up.
Tapped.
She's a quitter.
Please explain what you're wearing.
Well, if you may look, I am a Viking witch.
Which
Has
is
me.
She was.
really, really sick. It's
This
awesome.
portion. Yeah.
Did her own makeup. She looks amazing. Awesome.
Thank you. I have no lips right now because I had to eat, and they wouldn't let me put lipstick on.
Yeah. We'd already started. Okay.
Well, fine.
My husband cooked and fed us all brisket and veggies. And then Doug brought chips and salsa.
Hot and mild.
The mild was
By
for
far
us
the popular
sissies
one.
and it.
Like my ghosts. I like them hot and mild.
Oh, you like them both.
We have to add that to his shirt now.
Yep. Hot and.
How many
Very
chili peppers?
long.
Right. How many
the rating.
peppers? How many peppers,
How
Jeremy?
many peppers? Hot peppers.
Oh
my
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that
The
means?
level of spice. And we can
You know,
take that as
people that
We never look
love-
at it.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
like spicy foods. As a questionably homosexual waiter once told me, I have a sensitive palate. And so I've been saying that. Unfortunately.
Sensitive, delicate palate.
Yeah.
So, yep. So we're here. We're going to talk about those. Now, you guys have all been to ISS and Billy Creek prior?
I say some of us have been to a couple of places multiple times. Some of us is like once or twice.
I've been to Billy Creek twice and ISS once.
Once. Just the once.
I say for me, Billy Creek twice, and ISS 3 times. Being well, Curtis has only been ISS twice, and Billy Creek twice.
Doug is a seasoned veteran.
I guess if you want to say that, I get around.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
Paranormally, I get around.
I said Chris.
Maybe I need one of those.
Look at yours, Chris.
The ghosts are acquainted with Doug. I know him quite well.
I did have one of them ask if, I remember you or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I did hear Doug.
Yeah. No, it was. I remember that.
And ISIS when we were in the chapel, wasn't it?
I think so.
Because I was like, "Have you been here before?" And I was like, and I replied, like, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Something along those.
Yeah. Ghost Tube was spitting it out.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Doug? They've been watching.
Watching me.
And Thomas. Yep.
When in doubt, Thomas has been there.
Yep. They're hunting him.
Very hot.
I can't sit far back because my ass cheek hurts.
Molly
It was
fell down the stairs
sacrificed on the
today.
chair today, so
Wasn't on the.
I'm not
chair.
sharing the stairs.
Stairs.
No, it's painful on
My
the chair.
stairwell claimed another victim today.
Mhm. My ass and my elbow. And my-
Sounds like
the difference between the two.
yes, I do. I know the Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
Right.
you skipped a few parts to the from the elbow.
Give that
No,
stairwell
luckily-
another chance and it'll take
Luckily,
them all.
my head was okay because I would have been laying there unconscious since her husband heard the loud sound, thought it was the dogs, and he's like, meh.
It's all right.
But he considered coming
He
to
thought
check.
about it.
I
Thought
mean-
about it. You know, it's thought that counts. But
It's okay. I arrived not too long after the incident. So
no, I literally slid down like this.
I really need to put a camera in the stairwell
For
to
more
catch the
bloopers.
evidence. Yep. To catch all these evidence.
I mean, we can attest that the dogs do sound like a bunch of bodies falling down the stairs.
They
when come
really
down.
do. Yeah, we let the dogs
But
out.
the
but
loud fuck, you know, I don't think the dogs know that.
they live with me. They probably do.
At some point, I'm sure they would have picked it up.
If not, it was Kiwi yelling it.
Wow.
Kiwi doesn't cuss, at least not what I can understand. She probably does in her little bird language. Yep. She be cussing me out all day long. So we went to Indiana State Sanatorium first, and we were just talking about how I was kind of like, I don't know, given the history of the place, that I felt like there would be a lot more evidence that I walked away with. And obviously, we're bad and we have not gone through everything yet. So we could have gotten various, like other EVPs and stuff, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of visual evidence because, you know, the REM pod wasn't as active there.
Yeah, no, the REM pod wasn't. The cat balls weren't. I don't think we had a cat ball really go off.
Mm.
EMF, not a ton. I mean, we did, but
Yeah, I only went off a few times, but
Yeah.
nothing like of. There was a few, maybe few, quote unquote.
Curtis is waving.
You could
He
say
has
something.
something to say.
When I went on my solo adventure, I got all kinds of EMF stuff going off,
What? They just
and
didn't want to talk to us, I guess.
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
ISS. Oh, it was the K2 meter. I had the one with the lights, the green to red color, and it was going off quite regularly when I was by myself in the administration building up on the second floor. That was probably the most activity I personally saw while we were there.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So, like, we had arrived, we like did our check-in and everything, did a walkthrough. It's an intense place, honestly, to walk through, even just in the daytime. There's a lot there. Just seeing all of the personal property that was left behind by the patients and stuff when they shut down in, what was that, 2011? I think it was shut down in, yeah, really abruptly in 2011. So
Yeah.
there's like suitcases, clothing, books,
A
pictures,
lot of
like,
dolls.
Didn't I see paperwork there that said like 2020 or 2022 on there?
no.
I could have sworn I seen medical papers and
I
stuff
don't know
with
if it
that date. It was like 20.
when we were there, when I was there the first time I went, the basement area, it was filled with medical records that was
Mhm.
left behind.
Mm,
And they cleaned a lot of that out when we went,
maybe
Yeah.
2018 or something.
but,
It wasn't active.
I swear I
There
saw
was
something and I was
literally
like, these dates didn't match up.
2011 they closed the doors and it was abandoned since.
Mm,
and they
It
were
was
made to
purchased in 2020 by the owners that have it now.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I'm getting that date from.
the residents that were in the nursing home area were told they could only grab one suitcase, and then the rest of their belongings were all just thrown into
Mm.
that room behind
The laundry.
the laundry, yeah.
Yeah. That
Which
was when I walked in there I was like, damn.
yeah, it was, like, filled.
Mhm. Just mounds. I mean, you can't even really walk in there because
No.
you'd just be walking over everybody's personal stuff. So that was, it's sad. I mean,
Yeah, it was very sad. I mean, you just think like, all these people's personal items just
mhm.
left to just sit and rot away, and
Yeah.
who knows who went rifling through it.
Well, I'm sure plenty of people. But yeah, so we went and did our initial walkthrough, and then I think we kind of broke off. I know you guys were like getting equipment ready and everything, and then we came back in and met in the administrative building. But we were there by ourselves
Oh,
for a
wow.
bit.
Yeah.
And that was like the very first, and really, honestly, I think probably one of the only like real, like audible things that we heard. We were sitting there. You and Megan had gone off somewhere too. Or no, you went to go get your medicine.
Yeah.
And Megan had gone with you. You guys weren't yet up from like the check-in place. Because I think the first one that came back up was Steven. Yeah. So Molly and I were in that building by ourselves.
Mhm.
And there were like, she had ghost tube going, and I did catch it, but you can hear footsteps upstairs.
Yep.
And I was like, hello?
She was out on the porch, and I was
Yeah.
like, Tina, get in here. Get
No,
here."
I didn't. I hadn't left out on the porch yet.
I know, but I was like, I kept calling you, but you were distracted by your phone. I was like, get in here.
No, I heard the footsteps. I stepped out because I was freaking out.
I
I was
remember
like,
that.
where are
Yeah, but I
people?
kept hearing more, and I was like, come in here and experience it.
Yeah, Megan and I had just gotten back from we went out together and had our own little jump scare that was actually kind of more humorous than anything.
Yeah.
Just stepping on a
Oh, yeah.
thing and I screamed. It was
It was a
actually
cup.
kind of sad. It was a cup. Um, but yeah, then you guys told us about that, and we went upstairs. Or maybe that was after. Either way, we went upstairs.
Yeah.
We were with you
Mhm.
to, but I don't know if it
Yeah,
found
'cause
anything
Steven
after
had
We
come
that.
back
we
up.
were right there in that corner of that room upstairs.
Mhm.
And,
And then something was telling us to go upstairs.
Yeah.
From the, um,
Ghost tube.
yeah, ghost tube.
we got crazy responses with
That little office.
in the
Yeah.
office, and we were asking yes or no questions,
Yeah.
and the EMF reader was responding to it.
Mhm.
There was a whisper I caught when you guys were doing that also.
Nuh-uh.
Really,
I'll have to let
it
you
was in
listen to
there
it. Yeah.
because I have the ghost tube videos from that.
Yeah. There is a whisper that I caught in there when you and Molly
Sick.
were doing whatever. But yeah, I'll let you listen to it.
Okay,
I'll pull it
yeah.
up. Um,
Which whisper was that? Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it
I'm
said?
afraid to hand this back to Doug.
Nope.
Because of the power. You shouldn't have this much power.
You won't hold the power.
I'll hold it temporarily.
Jeremy has found his calling.
As the baby of the group. I don't know what that means, actually. That has nothing to do with anything. I guess I'm just reminding everybody that I'm the baby of the group.
But I know that Steven had said like earlier in the evening, like when we first got there and we're doing like the initial walkthrough before the sun went down, up in that room where we were hearing the footsteps later, he was saying that he felt like sick, like there was something up
Mm.
there and it was making him feel sick or something.
And it was that room that I got all the EMF activity when I was doing solo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So safe to say there's at least energy in that
Was
room for sure.
was that the room where, Travis had the shadow figure?
From our first trip. From our first trip. Never from that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something going on in that room.
Mm.
And the room is kinda cool, like, the window's busted out, and there's records all over the
Yeah.
floor, and it's a strange kinda room, but it's an interesting vibe.
Yeah. No,
Did you,
I
like, hear
just
something happen to you up there?
Yeah, I heard when I was doing solo, I heard, like, footsteps coming
That's
out
what
of that
yeah.
room, and that's kinda was like, "I don't wanna do this by myself," and I kinda left.
We're all big bad ghost hunters until there's random footsteps we can't make sense of.
What was the consensus on that picture from the trail cam?
Oh, we um, well,
That was from the nurses station.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll talk about that.
The first
We'll
time
revisit.
we went to ISS, we had another group with us. One of the guys' name was Travis, and I was doing the pendulum in the room that he went into alone. And we all walked out of that room, and Travis comes out like freaking out because he thought we were behind him, and I guess something ended up coming up behind him. Like I guess it scared him real bad. And you remember exactly what he said.
Yeah, because I think I even remember hearing shuffling noise, and I
Yeah.
thought it was somebody else doing that, and he comes, like, kinda charging up behind us, like, "I swore there was somebody behind me," and I thought it was one of you guys, and then we're like, "No, we're all been right here," and most of us have been relatively stationary, we weren't, like, moving a whole lot, but I caught what sounded like or like a quick shuffling
Yeah.
noise,
Mhm.
and I thought that was him, Travis, who had done that, and he
Yeah.
was freaking out like somebody had charged
No,
up
he
behind him.
full on ran.
Yeah. Yeah,
He was, like, cursing too.
yeah, he was like, saying all sorts of words, and then we're like, "What the heck's happening? What's wrong?"
Oh
So,
gosh. Yeah, so there's something in that room. I don't know because it's in the administrative building. Obviously I know that those were like patient rooms up there, but I don't remember like a room number or anything to even
Mhm.
no, there's not too many, like, at least even throughout the rest of the building, there's not too many rooms that have numbers, so it's hard to
Mm.
gauge like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
105 that you need to check out," or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially
Uh,
in that building.
So I
Yeah.
had a lot of rooms written down and I couldn't find them because I'm like, there's a whole
And there's multiple like different areas of it. So like there's the administrative building, which is kind of like where you go in at and then you can get through to the nurses station, but there's, all of those rooms and then there's also where the psych ward was and then there's what four floors there and so there's all those rooms too. So I don't know that they like
I think it's 5 rooms.
five
5 floors.
five floors. Okay.
Floors, yeah, not rooms.
And I don't think like in the beginning when she went through it, I don't remember her like distinguishing like room 302 or whatever, like
Yeah.
what
she did.
area.
On that map, I wrote down some rooms that she suggested.
Right, but what area it was in.
Yeah, she told me which floor. Like I had the floors written down because I said she said something about the fifth floor is where they get jumpers, and then like the first floor was the women, right?
I
Or
think it
so
was
the second floor,
I think the
No.
and
first
then
first 2 floors were
Co-ed.
co-eds,
co-ed, and then the
3rd is
women's room,
women's,
and
4th is
that
men.
hated men, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, women who hate men, and then above that was
Men who
men who
hated
hate
women.
women, and then above that was the
the
criminally sane.
Yeah.
yes,
Yep. Yeah. No, so but it was administrative building, second floor. Basically, what if you're looking out the front door, it was up and to the left. Like that top like the left corner of that front room. So whatever room is right up above that, that's where all the weird shit was happening.
it's easy
Um,
to get lost in there.
Not really in the administrative building. In
It's easy for me to get lost.
I mean, the lower sections, yes, I could see getting because there's, like, sub-basements and stuff like
Yeah.
that, which a lot of had corridors here, corridors
Yeah.
here, but
Well, and the tunnel,
mhm.
getting into the tunnels.
The tunnel, I had to walk by myself to go and find, like, to go to the car. You're like, here, you just take a shortcut through there, and I'm walking through the tunnel by myself, like, Everything's
See-
fine. I'm okay.
The tunnel didn't bother me. Really.
Fuck the tunnel.
Thank you.
Jeremy's weighing
It
in.
was disgusting. I have videos of these giant bugs that were
Yeah,
just
I crouched the entire time.
same. I'm like 6'3", 4. So I was like worried that I was just gonna end up like just knocking one. It was disgusting. I was like freaking. I'm not like afraid of bugs, but I just think they're gross and they should
Just so the
burn
hot
in hell.
ghosts know, he's not afraid of bugs.
Yeah. Let's just say he was eye to eye with some of those bugs.
I was shining my flashlight on them so Jeremy could see a better look of them.
Yeah, no, they were creepy looking.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give 'em that.
I thought they were spiders at first.
Yeah,
They
what were
love
they? They're like
teasing me.
crickets or something.
I
Yeah.
feel the love from all the teasing.
You
It's
like to
fine.
be teased.
I need all the hot ghosts to make me feel better.
Right. Go see Jeremy later, guys. But yeah, so that was kind of like the first little bit of the nighttime. And I was, I think, a little shocked because didn't even really got started yet. There was fucking footsteps up above us.
Yeah.
And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Still
where
there.
are the men? We're just two girls in here by ourselves. We're like
We
shitting my
can handle
pants.
it. I'll go Buffy on their asses.
Not that I'd be screaming like a little bitch running. But yeah, so we just waited, panicked, and then Jeremy and Megan came in. They were the first ones to kind of get in the mix. And I don't think we waited for anyone else. I think we just kind of took off afterwards, right? When you guys showed up.
Yeah, I think it was. We just kind of took off, and then I think other people showed up later on,
Mhm.
and then we told them what you guys had witnessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which-
then we kind of like met up in the administrative
the lobby,
yeah,
the foyer.
the foyer. Yeah,
Foyer.
right, pinky out.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of like our base station. That's where we left a
Yeah.
lot of like the extra equipment and stuff.
Jeff, your friend Jeff.
Jeff,
Yeah, your friend. You didn't get to bring him out.
Jeff.
Your little ghost friend. Your sheet.
oh,
Oh my God. Am I crazy?
Well, Jeff's
I was like, wait.
Jeff's the Rougarou. Jeff's the Rougarou. If you ever listen to the episode of the Rougarou, that's where we start saying, "My name is Jeff,"
Okay.
because he hides behind because he stalks you.
That's I mean, I love a good stalker.
We haven't named our ghost buddy yet.
Am I
Yeah, I don't
toxic?
think we have.
Am I weird?
but
Don't answer that.
Just you are.
Just a little. Don't answer that.
But yeah, so then we met up and I think we broke off into teams of like 3 or 4. And I know we were with Doug most of the night
Me and Megan.
and Megan, yeah. And then we did like the nurse's station. Most of our EVPs were actually just my stomach.
Yeah, and
That
I
was
think
funny.
inevitably my stomach started communicating back because it was like a tandem of gurgles and growls.
So I
and I'm
looked around and I was like, "What is that?" And you're like, "It's just my
It's
stomach."
just me.
I had eaten, what did I eat? Oh, I ate steak. And my stomach was like having a hard time breaking it down or something. I
Apparently.
don't know.
It was fighting
Yeah.
for its life.
It was. But yeah, okay. So Molly wants to talk about the picture.
Yes.
So you guys can talk about that.
Sure. So from the nurses station, there's a hallway that is known for having shadow figures. So we decided to set our trail cam up looking down that hallway. And most of what we caught on that trail cam is just people's knees and butts and stuff as they walk in front of the camera.
Sort of saved that footage.
Oh, really?
But no pun intended.
Yeah, sure. We have that footage too, guys.
That'll be on our website. Paid subscribers only.
Right.
Want a calendar? Let us know.
I-PSI only fans.
Only phantoms. So there you go.
Phantoms with an F. Anyway, what we did end up getting was one image of what looks like an older lady in a long white skirt halfway down the hall, just on the left side of the hall, and we couldn't couldn't really tell, like, what it was, or nothing made sense because it didn't look like any of us because it was wearing a skirt. It
Right.
was taller than any of the women we have in our group because it looked like it was, like, high 5 foots or low 6 foots even.
Well, and the bottom half, because I know there was, like, discussion. I know, like, Carol kinda had, like, wide leg jeans. I think Molly also had, like, wide leg. You didn't have leggings, so you
No, I
had
was wearing pretty much this, but with a
you had wide leg pant, like your black ones that you
oh
always wear,
yeah, I
you
was
had
wearing
those on
those.
top.
Okay, this was
But
what Billy.
but it looks like a skirt because it doesn't go all the way to the floor. It
Right.
kinda comes up about, like, mid, like, shin
Mid-calf,
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
yeah.
was like a patient gown.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
or the old nurse's outfit, because
Yeah,
I think you guys had found a
yeah.
photo where one of the nurses.
Yeah, I managed to pull up a, potential footage, or photo of a what a nurse would wear around that time, and it was like, your normal dress, looking presentable, and not necessarily like a stereotypical nurse's outfit, just a normal dress, something.
Yeah, it looked
skirt and
like a
blouse.
skirt and blouse, yeah, you can almost kinda tell, like, a belt, like a black belt around the waist, and, like, cinched around the waist, a little bit hunched forward, it looked like. I mean,
Hair was
it's
pulled back.
yeah, it was
Looked
pulled
like
back almost not quite in a ponytail, but
Yeah.
almost like I was wearing a barrette or something with
yeah,
the hair
yeah.
back,
That's what it looked like to me.
and, it all just seemed to be in the style of something that they would have worn back in that time.
Yeah.
Um,
And I know it wasn't like, because we were kinda going through, like, what all of the, because there's only 4 females in the group that night, and, like, Molly and I couldn't have been us because we had backpacks on the whole night, and there was no visible, like, nothing was on her back, and you could clearly see her hair kinda come down almost between her shoulder blades, kind of, and my hair was pulled up. I think Molly pulled hers half up, like, in a clip or
Yeah,
something.
kind of like how I'm wearing it now. I think
I think you had even pulled it up, though.
I did get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Megan has short hair, so that only left Carol, and Carol's hair was down, I think, all night, like, fully down.
Yeah, it
So
was I was the only one that we thought that it could be. But
mhm,
the other thing was that we set the trail cam for 1 minute if it caught movement.
right,
But with that picture, it only took a picture, right?
yeah, it only took a
right.
still.
And that was the only time it did that night, right?
No, there was a couple other stills
Oh,
too,
were there?
Oh,
Okay.
Mm.
but of people's knees, like, it was, like, super close up motion. It
Oh, so
wasn't.
you got the knees,
Yeah, I got
knees
lots of people's,
pokes,
And
like,
butts.
knees and butts
Right.
knees and
as they're
butts.
standing, like, right in front of the motion sensor.
Right,
Um, another weird thing about the image is you don't see a flashlight. Like, there's
right,
no
Yeah.
light on the ground or wall or in front of or behind or anywhere.
right,
Um, anybody that was walking down that hallway would have had some sort of light because it was,
And she was alone too.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah,
just thinking because
yeah,
we were all in groups.
right. And then I know because we had compared with when you and Carol had gone down that hallway, it was a video, but you had snapped a still of that and sent it to me so that I
right.
could, because I was messing in my, like, my photo editor app, and so we were putting the same filters on it to try and get, like, across the board, and you can clearly see Carol's flashlights and stuff in that still.
was it
Yeah,
on in this? It was the same area too, right?
Yeah, yep,
By the
yeah,
channel.
yep, it was damn near
yeah,
identical,
it was
the
the
still that
same
he sent,
angle,
yeah,
same shot.
yeah,
Um, and you can clearly see definition of legs in
mhm,
pants
right,
versus the figure was wearing almost certainly
what
a skirt.
yeah,
It was very blurry though. I think we just need to get a better quality trail cam.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, us over here, I'm like, I understand the skepticism and, like, the obviously, like, the due diligence on making sure that we, go through as much as we can and edit as much as we can to say, even as close to as definitive as we can, that it wasn't any of us in the group, doesn't match any of us. So, like, I understand, like, process of elimination and stuff. I don't know, like, the the mid shin cut off and everything, and just
It looked pretty evident to me
yeah.
what I
Yeah,
think it looks
but
like. So
I could see the potential poking holes into like, well, it's the not the best of quality. There's it's grainy. It could easily been one of us. It just didn't catch you. You might have like for a millisecond hunched over to do something.
Right.
There's potential holes in it, but I mean, to me, either way, it's just enough proof either way to like give it plausible.
Right.
also, wasn't it before we had started? What was the time on that? Do you know?
Oh, well, the time
It was the first image that was on there after, like, initially setting it all up and everything. But the timestamps were wrong on
Mhm.
there as it is, so it's hard to like, triangulate what time it was.
Right.
Um
And I noticed that for, like, my audio recorder, we were going through and I mean, the audio recorder's brand new, and so I set it up,
Mhm.
that first day with all of that. At Hannah House, all of my timestamps, everything was correct, and all of a sudden for ISS, they're all wrong
Yeah,
by, like, 2 months.
Yep.
Like, it was completely off. I was like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, it
Like
was off by,
Like
like, 13
July.
hours on mine.
yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, mine, the audio recorder was saying it was in July
Yeah.
for us, so it
Yeah,
was just weird,
it's strange.
but just one of those things. So, yeah, next time I know that it's gonna be one of those things where we're gonna be double and triple checking, make sure those timestamps and stuff are accurate for all of our equipment, before we get going. So
Yeah, you just gotta be as accurate as possible and be able to rule out as much as you possibly can.
mhm,
Otherwise, you get something crazy like this, and you still have to shrug your shoulders and say, "Well, I don't know for sure.
right,
I can't say that's 100% a ghost in the picture, but
right.
Yeah.
it's compelling enough that it's interesting.
We
It's
all need to wear, like, reflective stuff on our backs or something. No, I'm so serious, like, the little straps, because that would be I mean, even in, like, the night vision stuff, that's gonna flare. So, we'll be able to tell at that point that that's one of us.
Yeah, or I mean, or even just as simpler as that, it's like just be aware of like, hey, there's a camera
Or stay
heading
out of the
that.
hallway.
Yeah, I tried my best to like kind of warn. There's a trail cam aiming
Right.
down that hallway, so try to be cautious of
And
that.
I mean, you had told us that, and I don't think Molly and I don't think we went down that hall. Maybe I did by myself, I'm not sure, because I think we were all hanging out at the nurse's station at one point, and I was going down the hallways, but I think I stayed out of the one with the trail cam. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, when
because
we
you
were all
were
just sitting
busy.
there, I did get up and but I think that was actually the next day, so the trail cam wasn't even there. It was the next day when we were going into daytime,
Yeah,
because then I had started walking off by myself. Yeah,
Okay.
Molly would have been lost in the middle of the ether there forever and ever. She gets turned around easy, so, yeah.
as we're standing at the end of the hallway looking at her like, what's she doing?
"Help! I'm lost! Send someone! Where's my
I
flare?"
was just gonna say. I was just gonna say, where's my flare?
But, so yeah, that's in the nurse's station. I was shocked by how broken down the psych ward side of it was. In where just the nursing home patients and stuff, and then even in the administrative building, sure, it's, like, dilapidated, broken down and stuff, but the psych ward? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Just even the stairs were kind of scary going up because it was just rubble everywhere.
Yeah, like, the whole place was, like, rotting from the inside out, like, it was insane in comparison between the other 2 buildings that were
Pretty
going.
deteriorated, that's for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, you thought it was abandoned like 50 years ago, not
Mhm.
10 plus
Yeah.
years.
I mean, the walls were, like, half missing in a lot of places, just the paint peeling off of like, I don't know.
Mass,
That definitely shocked me.
yeah, the massive holes in the ceilings and
Mhm.
stuff like.
I don't know.
Not really sure how much vandals had gotten a hold of it before
Yeah.
people
I
got
could
in.
see, like, the holes in the walls, like, that being part of it, but just the paint peeling and stuff for
Yeah.
the other buildings did not have
Oh,
that.
The ceiling.
you gotta realize places like that, they probably didn't use the top of the line paint and was whatever cheapest available paint they can
Right.
get a hold of.
Yeah.
It's just a nursing home. It's not gonna be the palace of for
Right.
kings or anything like that.
So I think it adds to the vibe.
Oh, for sure.
I like it.
No, I got really good pictures in the property just as a whole. And honestly, that's a photographer friend of mine. She had a student photographer get a hold of her, and she's going to be teaching them. And they kind of wanted to do like the abandoned places kind of thing. And I was like, I got one. Like, we'll go here. Like, you can get a lot of amazing pictures, and there's a lot of like low light, highlight, and everywhere in between. Um, but yeah, no, I would definitely go back there just for those purposes, honestly, not even just the investigation side of things, but obviously we would go back for that too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do day roaming there for
Mhm.
like, what was it, $20 or
It's like
$25?
$25. Yeah.
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 Yeah, because there was definitely some day roamers later on in our
Yeah,
stay
day
there.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had it all the way up until I thought it was like 5.
I thought it was 5.
No, yeah, you're right.
Because
We killed
it was
time there.
yeah, we just roamed around there until it was
Mhm.
time for
Oh, yeah, for Billy Creek.
Yeah.
yeah. So as we were just roaming around, there was people coming in doing day investigations or just simply walking around and doing
Which
whatever.
made it a little hard because then we were
Had to go grab our stuff from the.
yeah, it made me nervous having people walk because we'd still left all of our stuff down in the
Mhm.
administrative side. So I went down by myself and got our things to make sure nobody was messing with anything. But then, like, if we're trying to catch EVPs and stuff and there's somebody else walking around, and there were 2 guys in there, and I kept announcing myself, like, "Hello," like, "There's somebody here, blah, blah, blah," just so that, like, I wouldn't startle them, or if they were doing anything, recording, they would man, those fuckers walked right out, and they were like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "You didn't hear me yell, like, 8 times?
They
Like,
must have just
what are
zoned
you
out.
doing?" But, yeah, I startled them pretty good. They were coming up the stairwell, but I had hollered down multiple times, and apparently they didn't hear it. Um,
Yeah, because we were at like still in the psych where you had left us, and we
yeah.
were working our way down, and there was a doorway right there, and we saw the door moving, and we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And
Yeah.
Molly started doing investigation, and we started hearing guys talking,
Yep.
and we're like, oh, I guess that was just somebody walking through.
Yeah. Yeah, probably opened another door in, like, the section. People ruin everything. But was there anything, like, of note from the rest of you guys for that night? I mean, we got the footsteps and stuff and that possible photo, but in
I
Jeremy's cup.
think there, huh?
In Jeremy's cup.
Let me pull up. Oh my god, I do have a video of that on my phone.
See?
I need to
It's
see that.
yeah, it's something. I was like also freaking out about was it a duck?
A duck?
Yeah, so like there was this time where
Okay.
I had seen you right. Yeah,
I remember.
yeah. I walked down. This is just me not knowing my directions, basically. I was walking down a hallway and I saw a duck, and I got this weird vibe from the duck plushie thing just sitting in a fucking chair. And I was like, I went in there and I was like, bitch, you better not move. If I come back to this room and you're not there, I'm gonna freak out. So later on I come back and it's not there. And I was like, oh fuck no. But then I found it on the other end of the hall and I was like,
Uh-oh.
no,
Yeah,
that's
because we were
my
in the
bad.
meeting place, and you're like, "I'm gonna go check on my duck."
Yeah, yeah. I was like, we had like
I'm watching
staring
you.
thing. That duck really just. I
That's
still
hilarious.
think that duck was just fucking with me. Like it knew. I don't
Probably
know. I don't
was.
know how, but it just knew.
What's the it's a horror movie from, like, the 80s.
Harold the duck or something. What was his
Howard.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the
It's
duck.
not a horror movie though,
It's
is
not.
it?
No, that's not what I'm thinking about. Or maybe it's a rabbit. I think it's the rabbit. Tell us something. I'll have to Google it later.
Are you talking about Five Nights at Freddy's?
No.
From the 80s.
No. No.
Five Nights
I mean,
at
it was
Freddy's.
taken
I didn't
place in
hear
the
her
80s.
say the 80s. Well, maybe I did. I forgot.
Anyway.
Well, that wasn't what I was going to talk about. I was either going to talk about because there's a couple things that I want to mention. Like there's one that we had experienced in the nurse's station, and then there was the morgue, the Estes in the morgue that we did, which I thought was kind of like it was my first time doing an Estes, and it was a doozy.
Yeah.
It was like because you guys weren't there for that. You were
No.
somewhere.
And I regret not doing an Estes there.
Yeah, I was. It was crazy. So basically, the morgue was just. It just kind of looked like this walk-in freezer
Mhm.
because that's kind of how it was, I guess, back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I am either brave or stupid. So I was like, all
Little bit
right,
of
I'll go
both.
sit in there in the chair. I will like deafen myself and blind myself and stuff and just talk about what I heard with the Estes. And they were going to be out there asking questions. And I just, um, it got so intense. Like afterwards, I just couldn't, I just felt like so exhausted and like dizzy. And I just felt like it took a lot out of me.
Mhm.
But there was like a few different voices. And I think that it was like one that really stuck with me was this guy who just kept saying, um, he was saying help, help, and then talking about a woman, and there was he said words like brick, blood, death, help, hurt, hurt, hurt over and over again. Yeah, yeah, just like crying out, and then I shit, I don't remember. Oh yeah, there was a scream that really, really fucked with me. Like that was like, oh my God. And it just kept getting worse from that. And there was a point where it was like getting like evil, like really, really dark. And I think it had something to do with a woman. And then at one point I think I just heard more voices and it was starting to get overwhelming. Like everybody wanted to turn. I don't know. It was like really it's crazy.
Yeah, your
Um
Estises are very intense.
that one was for sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess a couple of them have been, but
I
that
think your
one
one in Billy
probably
Creek was too upstairs.
Uh-huh. I didn't sleep that night.
No, not that one. In the Civil War house
Oh, in the Civil
upstairs.
War house? Yes. That
when
one
you were
was,
in with
yeah.
Thomas.
I don't know. I guess it's got an activist thing. Yeah, I guess I'm just like a soul. They want to tell
I
me
get the
things.
people with accents.
Yeah.
Also, remember we ended up cutting that one off early because it also started counting down for you.
That's right. Yeah, the reason why we had to cut it was I didn't know this was a thing. I knew about the Ouija board thing because they told me in advance, like what we yeah. So, but again, this was my first Estes method, being in a morgue of a sanatorium.
So smart.
I started counting down 3, 2, and they were like, "Nope, nope, we're done." And so they scared the shit out of me. But because like, I was,
Oh.
blind, I didn't see them coming. So they just like had me on the leg. I was like, "Oh my God."
Because I know about the figure 8 thing. I
Yeah.
know about
If
the
it starts counting down
so-
and Estes, yeah, that's
Okay.
what it was. Yeah.
It'd be a little unsettling.
It was very unsettling. They told me that afterwards. I was like, so yeah, it was a great first experience with the Estes method, I'm not gonna lie.
10
It was
of 10 would
exciting. It
recommend.
made me feel things afterwards. I felt like I just kept hearing, like, help and hurt over and over again in my voice, like, the rest of the night, basically.
Mhm.
It really stuck with me. And this was also, like, the middle of the day, too. Well, not like the middle of the day, but it was still, like, daylight out when this happened. So it was it?
Pretty sure it was dark out. Yeah,
Yeah, I would say it was pretty dark when we
it
split
wasn't
up.
super late yet. Yeah, I think it was still before midnight.
It might have.
Oh, time
It's
is
not
an
gonna
illusion.
pick up.
Well, either way.
I think we're trying to inform them what.
Yeah.
Inform
Oh,
them.
they said I'm wrong, basically. That it was not daytime. It was evening before midnight, but after 8, I guess.
Yeah, I think, well, if that's what the Estes method when they were teaching you, is that what Carol's talking about? The last,
Yeah.
yeah, because we had talked about that when I did the first interview with you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was the listener story.
yeah, and I think we touched on it too when
Yes.
Yeah.
But
we're talking about another.
yeah, just
I'm curious.
just various Estes method stories.
Yeah.
But
Was
the
that
one
during an Estes? I thought that was just
yeah,
was.
it was during Estes. Is
But a
it was
group
our
tour.
it was our very first lesson during the group or public investigation, and they were had barely just started doing this session when you just started hearing this noise like somebody was rubbing back and forth on the wall, and when I was hearing this, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Who's making this goddamn noise? And then it got loud, persistent. I was about to speak up, and then all of a sudden,
Well, the other thing I thought was it was on the 3rd floor too, right? Because the guy that blacked out, yeah, I thought that was interesting now that I'm thinking about it because the one doing the Estes method, he had on the earphones
Mhm.
and he said get out, and right as he said that, or before or after, the guy blacked out. So it was a
Right.
man that blacked out, so I thought that was interesting.
And the 3rd floor in the psych ward was the women who hate men floor.
Yeah. But later on, as we were getting more information from the people who were running it, because they were asking to make sure this person was all right, and that's it was originally his female friend who was feeling strange, nauseous, like she was about to pass out, and then
Mhm.
she's like, "Well, I'll stand in front of him. He'll catch me if something happens." And once she moved in front of him, that's when he blacked out.
Oh, shit.
And it was very, very interesting because we all started freaking out, like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Right.
Yeah, I would too.
And we were turning on our lights, and here he is laying flat on the ground because his head sounded like a bowling ball hitting the ground,
Oh, God.
just straight on head contact to the ground. And we get the cameras on him. His hands sticking out, all twitching, and we weren't sure if he was convulsing or what was going on. And we are trying to bring him to, and they're like, "We need to call 911. We need to call 911." And the guy just woke up, shot straight up, like, like I mentioned in the story, like
Mhm.
the Undertaker from wrestling.
Adrenaline.
And we're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And you're like, "Oh, we need to go. We need to call 911." And he's like, "No, no, everything's fine. I'm all right. There's nothing wrong." And we're like,
Oh.
Dude, your head just bounced off the ground like a bowling ball. You need to go see somebody." You're like, "No, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing wrong. You don't need to call 911." We're like, "Okay, this dude's probably possessed now." And
Can tell it was a man. They never wanna go to the doctor.
I don't know if my
I've
head hit the
witnessed I've
ground like
witnessed
that.
an accident like that. Sometimes they think they're fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a goose egg that
God,
next day says
ouch.
otherwise.
Mhm. So, yeah, and then, and then day 2.
So, the other incident that Jeremy was talking about was at the nurses' station, and, him and I were just down there by ourselves, and we had heard that you could see a shadow figure. So we decided to try and split up. He would face one way, I'd face the other, and it was just this really intense feeling of just, like, loneliness started to come over me. Like, I knew physically Jeremy was there, but it didn't feel like it at all. It felt like I had been there on my own, and it was, like, not just for a matter of minutes, it had been felt like it was, like, years, and I started to cry and just feel, like, intense, like, loneliness and trauma and fear, and just it was, like, completely, like, yeah, dark, and I don't even know what it looked like from his perspective, but I was just not doing well. I ended up having to go outside because I was, like, on the verge of just breaking down and crying, like, right in front of him, so kinda wanna.
Yeah, it was just weird because then we had that photo later, and I don't know if they were connected or anything, but I don't know. But just hearing him say that, and you could hear, and I hadn't known Thomas that long,
Mhm.
but this was definitely different. He was acting different. His mannerisms were different, and yeah, he was in tears, and you could tell that something was really, really getting into him. So I wasn't concerned. I was asking it questions. It didn't seem to really like me. I don't think, if I remember right. Yeah, it
Gotcha.
was like, but after a minute, he started feeling fine again. And then again, it hit him a second time. And you were telling me that you felt like it was somebody who was just, like you said, lonely and potentially just kind of abandoned by their family or something in the nursing home, which is really, really sad. And I was like, just imagine just being stuck there for like years, even in death, and just feeling that way. And I think that this, I guess, spirit was trying to basically just kind of maybe get sympathy from it or something.
Right.
Um,
Sorry, didn't mean to. But yeah, there was specifically thoughts in my head that didn't seem like my own, like, "Why don't they wanna see me? Why don't they wanna talk to me?" Things like that. So, yeah, that's why I assumed it was, like, a patient or something like that. Yeah.
That would make sense. When I worked as a CNA, in a long-term care facility, there were multiple residents that we had at those facilities that their families did just leave them there, and they never came to visit. There was one gentleman that was there, and they would only come in when he was already asleep to get his laundry and take it to wash it
So
and stuff, but they
sad.
never actually visited with him. And it happens a lot, so it would
Mhm.
make sense that, those feelings would come through. I imagine there was probably quite a few people that were in that
My
facility.
daughter works at a nursing home. She says the same thing. And I'm like, that is just heartbreaking.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've had in our previous visits, we've had some spirits like we'll be talking like, okay, we need to go, move on, and they more or less start like, no, no, we want you to stay. Could you please stay?
Right,
Almost giving signs like that, and like would be like, okay, do you want us to leave? And they'd be like, no, no, don't leave.
right.
So, and you kind of sense the desperation and sadness,
Mhm.
and even just doing a dowsing rod session, you could just kind of sense the sadness in it.
Yeah, and I think more of that feeling was kinda just in that nursing home section of it, not so much the psych ward section, but the nursing home side of it. Because, like I said, I think that's a lot of like, once you pass a certain age, a lot of people just leave you and move on.
Yeah, or, other people that might know you've already passed on, or I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
various factors.
Yep.
That's
There
just sad.
yeah, there was a guy, I think he was in his late 20s, early 30s. I think he was a car accident, so he had, like, a TBI, and same thing, he was just left at the facility, and I'm you're a young guy at that point, like,
Mhm.
and like, your mom and dad, like, nobody, siblings, nothing, so it's devastating.
I think the only thing didn't we have anything happen in the chapel, the church section?
Um,
I know that's one of the
not a
places we
whole
checked on.
lot.
EMF. The
Mhm.
EMF was lighting up
Quite a bit.
on the pew.
Mhm.
That was lighting up.
Didn't you say you saw something, like, in the corner of the room or something?
I think that was Megan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to
Where Megan
remember who.
was, she's like, there's something I keep seeing peeking over there. So then I took
Yeah,
the
no,
girls
I
to over
did.
there.
It was up above the doorway. So there was 2 doorways. It was like, if you're standing and looking where the doorways are, it was the left one, and it was, like, up above it.
Mhm.
It was up closer to the ceiling, and Megan had said something almost at the same time as I did,
Yeah, I
kinda
remember that.
indicating the same direction as me. It was brief, and I didn't it's just kinda there. I wasn't, like, no, like, horrible feeling or anything like
Yeah,
that,
like,
just kinda there. Kinda like I did at Whispers Estate. I was just, like,
just something like,
just
"Hey,
kinda
how"
saw it, yeah.
Mhm.
So, but
I knew we had a little bit of action there, but I just don't remember the full extent of it because I was wandering around trying to get my equipment working, which apparently did
right.
not.
Do you remember the weird things that we were hearing at the governor's mansion? Was it,
No,
or
you
what was
mean
What
the,
was
was
it?
it
superintendents,
superintendent? That's it.
the one they've built up to be, I guess, eventually a bed and breakfast.
Yes. No, now that you say yeah. We thought okay, so we came in there, it was us 3, I think. It was just us 3.
Well, originally it was just you two.
Yeah.
We had ran
You
to the
never,
That's right.
room to, or the building to use the restroom and do something else.
Yeah.
And then me and Megan met back up with you, and you guys were talking about
yeah.
that.
I was
You were super tired, but I'm like,
there
God, it
were
sounds like
voices.
someone's in the house. So we searched every room, every floor of that house.
Yeah.
Nobody was in there, but we kept hearing conversation happening.
Yeah, I thought that one of you guys had come in there and were, like, down in the basement because that's what it sounded like, and then we went down in the basement, but then it sounded like it was up above us, so then we went back
Yeah.
upstairs, and then I went all the way
Never track
upstairs,
it.
and then it almost sounded like it was outside. So then we were, like, looking out the windows, I went outside and was looking, and there was
When
nobody
when
there.
Doug got there, then he searched around
Yeah, I
and
tried to search around
I
the
was
outside.
anticipating him saying, "Oh yeah, the guys are outside."
Yeah,
Right.
because I think at that time, I think Jeremy and Thomas was still in the nurses station,
Mhm.
and then Curtis and Carol were in the building we just came from.
Yeah, because I think you had asked, like, on the walkie-talkies
Yeah,
and stuff,
and
you
I
were
think I only got a response from Thomas. Jeremy, one of the two.
Because you were hearing it too, right?
Yeah, because it literally to me it literally sounded like you two were having a conversation
Yeah.
outside because it almost sounded like one of you
That's whose
two.
voices it sounds
Because
like.
I can literally hear like distinctive pitches, and I even thought I heard like laughter at one point. You could
Yep.
hear the pitch and laughter.
I know Steven is known for being very loud, so if he was talking anywhere, you might have heard him.
No,
He had already gone.
Yeah,
No.
Steven was on the way to us, me and Jeremy, because he came and joined us shortly before you guys, so he wasn't anywhere near there.
And there was nobody. There was no one outside. But initially it sounded like it was coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
And so we were walking all over the place, and I don't know what it was, but it was definitely men's voices. There weren't female voices. It was more men, but yeah. And then when I was like, I'm sober, I was like, I'm just ready to go to bed.
We do need to listen to. I think we have the recorder going in there.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that it sounded like these two
Mhm.
because now I'm not going to be jumping to conclusions. I think it's just interesting because I'm also like into like lore and mythology and all that kind of stuff.
I
So
can't remember where you're going.
yeah. So like when there's a certain type of spirit that likes to mimic
Mhm.
other people's voices called a mimic.
Yeah.
And they're actually kind of dangerous. So I just thought like, wouldn't that be interesting if that were the case? If it were just a mimicking, because we had gone there earlier that day and we'd like walked through it, right?
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if it was just something like that. Maybe they just kind of heard them talking and they started mimicking their voices.
I don't know, because after Doug and Megan had come, they were there. Because by the time we went to go leave to head down to, like, go to bed, it was, like, there wasn't any more noise.
Well, the Estes method I did in there, the recording I did, gone.
Yep.
Yep, that whole yeah.
But I think even by that time, because you had done it right before we were leaving, the noises were gone, like, there weren't any more voices. So,
Yeah, because it eventually dwindled away because I
yeah.
felt like the longer it was going, as softer it was getting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it lasted well over 30 minutes, like.
Almost like if you had left like a radio going or a TV going.
And we thought that too. I
Yeah.
think we were looking for radios and stuff because we were like, is there something on in the house? Because there was construction. So I didn't know if somebody had left something on in there. But yeah, we looked all over that house.
Because you had to really strain to hear it,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
you could hear it.
Yeah.
And then you would have the telltale signs if it was like a talk show or what, just a regular radio station. You hear the person talking, play some music, you would hear some kind of music, or
Yeah.
even like, they have that radio talk.
Mhm.
There's not, everybody recognizes what a radio person,
Yeah.
and so it's like,
Yeah.
it just, no, it just,
But it was just like throwing it in random directions almost. It was
You could
crazy.
hear
I
it. Basically,
completely
you could hear it
forgot.
everywhere you were.
Yeah. But like when we went downstairs, it sounded like it was upstairs.
Yeah.
When we were upstairs, it sounded like it was downstairs. And then when we were upstairs, it sounded like it was outside. So it was just like,
Well, even put my ear, I put my ear
Yeah.
to the
Mhm.
vents.
yeah, we were listening to the vent. I'm not kidding. Like we went all over that house. We tried to locate it. Like I thought I was going nuts. I was like, I am really that tired, guys.
I'm hallucinating.
Yeah. We were pretty tired. I wish we could have like stuck it out and tried doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I totally forgot about that actually. But
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, there was a little bit more. I just couldn't
Mhm.
remember like in procession of like what
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
Well, that one stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last one because then I went to bed after that.
Yeah.
I actually slept. I did sleep pretty good.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
some of us try to tough it out and try to do the psych ward a little bit longer. And I
Yeah, I
think,
think you guys said you went like till 3, I think. I
yeah,
think I made
roughly.
it till about 1.
Hmm.
I think both nights I made it to about 1, and then I was like, "Night."
Yeah, I was definitely struggling by the end of that because we were trying to sit there, I think, on the fourth floor.
Mhm.
I, yeah.
Yeah, we like that.
And then I think that's when Curtis was eventually coming back from the administrative from his solo because he started freaking out.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm done. I'm coming back. There's somebody more or less following me around up here, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, because I remember I was starting to drain really bad because I don't know if I was sensing something, but I literally, this could be just pure exhaustion was kicking in. I felt like I was drugged.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one point, like, I felt like I was going into, like, a bit of a vegetated state, and I was staring at the REM pod,
Mhm.
like something I could just literally feel myself draining there and just stuck in my body.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling myself, "Okay, you need to sit up and straighten up," but I couldn't. I
Yeah.
just wanna sit there and stare at the REM pod, and I just sat
'Cause I
there and
remember looking at you and you were just like,
yeah, and I was just like, almost like, somebody who had no control over their body, just sitting there slumped over and just staring at the REM pod.
Right.
Anybody else wanna add on towards the end of
I just want to take a second to apologize for all the yawning I've been doing. I have been up since like 5 this morning with no nap. So
He did
don't
not
be
get a
offended
nappy
that I'm
or
that I'm
nothing.
yawning. I can't control it. I'm sorry. That's all.
That's
Don't feel bad because most of this trip, I felt like I was trying to catch up on some sleep, which would never come because,
Mhm.
like, I had work that morning for ISS, and then for some reason, as everybody else was asleep, I decided, like, I'm awake now. I'm going to investigate by myself.
I remember when we got up that next day, you were already up and out.
Yeah, it was like 9 in the morning. It's like, my body's awake. It's 9.
Mhm.
I can muster
The
this.
sky's awake, so
So
I'm
I'm like,
awake.
I'm gonna take this opportunity while nobody's here to do it myself for a little bit. Yeah.
No, we slept.
And later that night, I regret it because it was really kicking my butt.
Yeah. No, I need sleep person for sure.
No,
I
same here.
can't function without it, but it's hard to wake me up.
Hi there, it's Tina again. Thank you so much for joining us, me and Molly, and I-PSI today for this episode where we discussed Indiana State Sanatorium's investigation. We would absolutely love for you to like and share, repost, comment, all the things on all of our social medias. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. If you have a story of your own or an investigation or experience that you have at Indiana State Sanatorium, you can email that to us at ghosttrackspodcast@gmail.com. We thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, stay creepy. Bye.